Hello children, good morning. Today we are going to learn the first chapter Vijayanagara Empire. Before begin the lesson, the expedition which started during the 13th century by Delhi Sultan Alauddin Khilji over the South India and continued in the 14th century also. As a result, many South Indian kingdoms like Yadava of Devagiri, Vaisala of Dwarasamudra, Kakatiyas of Warangal, Pandyas of Madurai, and others were defeated. At this juncture, Vijayanagara succeeded in creating a strong political power as a solution for South Indians' political issues. It ruled for 3 centuries. In this Vijayanagara Empire, the dynasties which ruled the Vijayanagara Empire are explained, and what are the contribution of these kings to the political, social, economical and literary, art and sculpture are also we can discuss. And Battle of Talikota, as well as we call Rakastangadi, which was the main reason for decline of the Vijayanagara Empire. And what are the effects of we can discuss today. The following points are there. First of all, Vijayanagara Empire was founded in 1336 CE on the southern bank of Tungabhadra river. When it founded? In 1336 CE. And the first dynasty was Sangama. In there, the kings are Harihara, Bukkaraya, Kampanna, Marappa and Mudappa. So who was the founder of Vijayanagara Empire? Harihara, Bukkaraya as well as Kampanna, Marappa and Mudappa. And the main important, the capital of Vijayanagara Empire was Hampi of Ballari district. And their national emblem was Bora, which we call Varaha. Varaha means Vishnu, like a pig. And during the 1336 to 1446 CE, Vijayanagara Empire was ruled by their four dynasties around 3 centuries. And the first was the Sangama dynasty, and second Saluva, third Tuluva dynasty, fourth Aravidu dynasty. The first one is Sangama dynasty. The first was King Harihara and Bukkaraya. Let us brief history before Vijayanagara. Kumararama, who considered to be the warrior prince prior to establishment of Vijayanagara Empire. Kumararama was the son of the King Kapali Raya of Kampali, and he is younger brother of Hakkabukka, the founder of Vijayanagara Empire. After the war with the Tughlaq, they lost their kingdom and started the working under the last king of Hoysala. Let us learn about Vijayanagara Empire. Vijayanagara Empire was also called Karnataka Empire. It was established in 1336 by Harihara first and his brother Bukkaraya first of Sangama dynasty. Vijayanagara dynasty ruled over India for 3 centuries. Vijayanagara Empire map, look at the South India and the flag of Vijayanagara, and there look at the emblem also is there. Vijayanagara Empire have a 4 dynasty: Sangama, Saluva, Tuluva and Aravidu. Let us learn the first dynasty, Sangama dynasty. In this Sangama dynasty, Harihara first, he and Bukkaraya first. Harihara was the first king of this dynasty. He took control over the region of Tungabhadra river and he extended his empire to Konkan coastal areas of the west, to Nellore and Kadapa of east, to the Krishna river of the north and Kaveri river of the south. Like this, he laid a strong foundation for his empire. Bukkaraya first, his brother. Harihara took over the power after his death because Harihara had no son. During his rule, his son Kampanna expanded the empire by defeating the Sultan of Madurai. This was explained in the book called Madura Vijayam, which was written by Kampanna's queen Ganga Devi. Bukkaraya captured Penukonda and defeating Reddis of Kondavidu and including it to Vijayanagara Empire. Shavanabelagola inscription of 1368 CE explained that he specified the conflict between Jain and Vaishnavas and maintained the religion's harmony and equality. After Harihara II, Virupaksharaya, Bukkaraya II, Devaraya I, Ramachandraraya, Veera Vijaya Bukkaraya, Devaraya II, he was the famous king of this dynasty. Mallikarjuna Raya, Virupaksha Raya II, Prouda Raya. These are the kings of Sangama dynasty. Let us learn about the famous king of Sangama dynasty, one of the Devaraya II. We call as well as Prouda Devaraya. And his period was significant in the Vijayanagara dynasty. After he took over the power, he built the new army including Muslim soldiers who were skilled in archery and horse taming. With the help of his army, he defeated the Reddy leaders of Kondavidu region. He defeated the famous Mudugal fort, Raichur and Bankapur by fighting with Ahmad Shah of Bahmani Sultan. Proudadevaraya, who had religious tolerance, built Jain and Vaishnava temples in the capital and permitted to build a mosque also. Telugu poet Srinatha, Sanskrit philosopher Dindima, and Kannada poet the minister Lakkhana Dandesh were patronized in the kingdom. His brave commander called Lakkhana Dandesha defeated the kings of Kerala and Sri Lanka and collected the treasure and tribute in cash from them. The Persian ambassador Abdul Razak visited the Vijayanagara kingdom during the Proudadevaraya period and he returned, "I have seen such a rich kingdom like a Vijayanagara kingdom. For the first time, the capital has 7 ports and Raja's army has lack of soldiers." He had the title like a Gaja Bentagaraya, Chatur Samudra Dishwara, Ariyaraya Vaibhava. After his death in 1446 CE, his son Mallikarjuna, then Virupaksha III, ruled Vijayanagara. These were weak ruler and because of this a strong commander Salva Narasimha captured the capital with his incident. The rule of Sangama dynasty ended in 1485. Second dynasty was Salva dynasty. After taking over the power in the 1485 CE, Salva Narasimha Devaraya ruled for 6 years and he died in 1491 CE. His children Timma Bhupala, Narasimharaya II were not a strong kings. Because of that, this kingdom was in the protection of commander called Tuluva Narasanayaka. Next one is Tuluva dynasty. In 1505 CE, Veera Narasimha, son of Tuluva Narasanayaka, started the rule of Tuluva dynasty. After his death in 1509, his brother Krishnadeva Raya came to power. Krishnadeva Raya, he was the famous greatest king among the other Vijayanagara kings. At the beginning year of his rule, he had to face many revolts. He seized the Shivanasamudra port from Umattur chief Ganga Raja in 1510 CE. Later he owned Raichur port. He supported the Portuguese to capture Goa from Bijapur. In 1513 CE, he owned Udaygiri port. Then in 1518 CE, he captured Katak, the capital of Gajapati Pratapa Rudra, a Kalinga king, by defeating him and married his daughter Jaganmohini. 1522 CE, he captured Raichur from the King Adil Shahi, king of Adil Shah, Ismail Adil Khan. Later he captured the Kalaburgi, Bidarpur. He got released the son of king who was imprisoned by Bahmani Prime Minister and restored him to power in Bidar. For this, he got the title Yuvana Raja Pratishthapanacharya. Vijayanagara kingdom was expanded in all four directions at the time of his death. In 1529 CE, Domingo Peace, who visited his kingdom, he returned dislike. Krishnadevaraya was a soft person with a strong body. In his book Rakkastangari battle, after Krishnadevaraya, Achyutaraya and Sadashivaraya ruled Vijayanagara. Since Sadashivaraya was a minor and unable to rule, Ramaraya of Aravidu dynasty, son-in-law of Krishnadevaraya, took the whole responsibility of administration. His diplomacy expanded Vijayanagara kingdom and made it rich. The number of enemies also increased. Deccan sultanates were attacking Vijayanagara often to avenge. Ramaraya captured Vijayapura and Golconda, and this caused the war. All sultanates united themselves with a jealousy, had hurted on the growth and richness of Vijayanagara, because of the Vijayanagara was already its flourished empire. So that's why the all sultanates, they get the jealous on the Vijayanagara Empire. They had political difference in between them, but to defeat the Vijayanagara, they united. On 23rd of 1565 CE, the Rakkastangada war began between the united army of sultans and the army of Vijayanagara. See there, this Rakkastangadi battle began between the united army of sultans and army of Vijayanagara on the bank of Krishna river, and Ramaraya was died in the war. Sultanates looted Vijayanagara. Tirumala and Venkata, sons of Ramaraya, who escaped from the war and ran away, took Penukonda. Later, we will come to the Aravidu dynasty started their ruling from 1570 to 1646 CE by making Penukonda, Chandragiri and later Velluru as their capital. After this war, feudal chiefs of Mysuru, Keladi, Chitradurga, Yelahanka and Surapura became independent rulers in Karnataka. So this like the Vijayanagara was. Next, we will learn about the cultural contribution of Vijayanagara Empire. First point, the administration. Vijayanagara Empire had strong central administration and it adopted decentralized administration system. Decentralized means it's divided, like how we come to know about our village, taluk, district, state, like that. They also decentralized their administrative system. There were many ministers to assist the king and leaders of local provinces for the administration purpose. Kingdom was divided into provinces, provinces into region, region into cities, cities into village and groups. King's representatives were managing the provinces and hereditary officers were managing village administration. The king was supreme judiciary. Regional officers were dispensing justice in provinces. 1/6 of land revenue was collected. It was a major income and trade tax, propagation tax, road tax, fair tax, export tax, and tribute in case were other sources of income. During the reign of Vijayanagara, infantry, cavalry, elephant, and cannon division were the prominent divisions in the army. Social status during the Vijayanagara period: child marriage, sati system, devadasi system were in a practice. Monogamy was in a practice, but rich people and kings were following the polygamy. Women were respected. Deepavali and Dasara festival were celebrated generally. Dasara festival was celebrated under the king of patronage. Economical status: agriculture was the main occupation. Rice, maize, sugarcane and cotton crops were the major crops. King of Vijayanagara encouraged the agriculture through building tanks and wells. They had trade links with the other abroad countries also. Rice, cotton, clothes, iron, diamond, sugar, musk, sandal and spices were exported. Horse silk cloth were imported. Vijayanagara was the international business center for diamonds. Cloth weaving was the important industries. Literature. During the reign of Vijayanagara, literature of Sanskrit, Telugu and Kannada literature developed the immensely. Vidyaranya wrote books like Shankara Vijaya and Sarvadarshana Sangraha in Sanskrit. His brother Sanyacharya also wrote books called Vedartha Prakasha and Ayurveda Sudhanidhi. Kings of their family members also created the sufficient literature among them. Ganga Devi wrote Madhura Vijayam. Praudadevaraya wrote a great drama called Sudhanidhi. Krishna Devaraya wrote Jambavati Kalyana, Mahadalasa Charitram, and Rasamanjari. Kumaravyasa has Gadugina Bharata, Ratnakara Varni, Bhartesha Vaibhava, Chamarasa, Prabhulinga Leele were significant literature work in Kannada. Lakkhana, Shiva Tattva, Chintamani, Bhima's poet Basava Purana were the contribution to the Veerashaiva literature. Art and sculpture. The great historian Percy Brown, on the observing the temple monuments and sculpture statues, stated that art and sculpture of the Vijayanagara was the evolutionary from Dravida style. The temple of that period were built with the strong granite rocks. Kalyana Mantapa of Virupaksha temple in Hampi. This like we learned today the Vijayanagara Empire how was flourished and how it was declined, what are the social, economical, political, the contribution they are given for us. Thank you children, thank you very much.